Hello, hello. I hope you're having a good day. I know you are surprised because it hasn't been months since you've seen me, but it is Black Business Month and I've been doing some things, so I wanted to let you know what that's all about. So this won't be a super long episode, but I did want to let you know about some things that I have been up to. First things first, you're gonna see some footage of For Ewe, which is a Black-owned yarn shop up in Oberlin. My son and I went to visit Lisa, the owner there, a couple of weeks ago, and I had a chance to sit down with her and just talk about what it means to be a Black business owner, and some of the great things that she has going on. She's in a new space in Oberlin, which is accessible by people with physical disabilities. So you'll definitely want to check her out. So that video is after this chat. Have to thank my son who helped with a lot of that video while we were up there. He's pretty good at photography, so loved having him with me. Okay, so a couple of things that I have been working on that I want to tell you about. I finished my Color Popportunity socks. There they are. If you follow me on Instagram, you have seen these already. They're not perfect, but they're fun. Really fun construction. I don't know if I would do the same construction because the fit is kind of wonky, like because of the way that the leg was constructed. It is a little more difficult to get them over my heel to put on. I can fit them, that's no problem, but getting them on is not as easy as socks should be, but they are done and I love how fun they look. So I would definitely use some of these techniques to knit more socks, especially the brioche heel. And I love the way that the foot is constructed, because you do the top of the foot first and you knit all the way down on the sole, and then finish with the toe. So really, really interesting construction and a fun pattern. So those are done, and I knit those using this yarn is Cafe Con Leche by Lola Bean Yarn Co. It is a 100% superwash. There's no nylon in it, which is why I decided to do the sole not in the main color, but this contrast color, which is a gradient sock set that I got from my local yarn shop, Harps and Thistles. This is a colorway called Taboo. It is a sock yarn. It's on their Fox sock base, and it's 75%. I think it's 75-25 superwash nylon combination. So a great sock yarn. So it's in the brioche here, which is one of the reasons why I decided to do the brioche heel, so I would have that strength of the nylon. And I did the sole and the toes in that color as well. So yeah, those were fun. I've also been working on a test knit for Fatima Hines. Not sure if I can share those photos yet, or that progress, but watch on my Instagram when she gives us permission to share. I'll post those in the Discord. And speaking of Discord, if you want to be a member of the Discord, it's free. You just have to register. Please reach out to me via email or on Instagram via direct message, and I will send you the link. That's how I control who has access to it. I don't want any trolls getting access to our beloved community space. The other thing that I decided to do is the sisters who developed Knitrino, which is a knitting app, decided to do what they're calling a We Choose Freedom knit along, using a We Choose Freedom tee pattern that they have developed. And I have my yarn picked out. The cowl started on the 1st of August, I believe, but I haven't started it yet because I'm trying to get some other things done first. But these are the yarns I'm going to use. These are things that I've had in my stash for a while. This is Fibra Natura Cobblestone. It's 100% superwash merino. And this colorway, I don't see a name for the color. Oh, there it is, Mardi Gras. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? And that's showing up pretty true to color there. And then this is a 1918 colorway, which is my local yarn shop's yarn. And that's showing up pretty true to color. So here's the label. It's only available through harpsandthistles.com. And this color is called Regretful Blues. I like that. And it's also 100% superwash. So this pattern, this t-shirt pattern, is a simple tee that I'm going to knit in this color, and then you use a contrast color to do duplicate stitch. And it's the duplicate stitch is to add Kamala Harris's picture to the front of the tee. So, and they are donating a portion of the proceeds of the pattern to the Harris Walls campaign. So I love the spirit of that. And so I bought the pattern. And I'm gonna start working on that because I want to be able to wear it during this campaign season. So that's exciting. What else can I tell you? I was invited to participate in a Barocco yarn tasting at my local yarn shop, which was kind of cool. I'll show you the yarns that were, she let us keep all the yarns. So we got these 6 new yarns coming out this fall. And we got to try them all and help the owner of Harps and Thistles make some decisions about which one she should stock. So that was a lot of fun. And I'll show you, this was one of my favorites. It's called Gimlet. And it is 42% cotton, 38% alpaca, 10% wool, 5% polyester, 5% polyamide. And it's got this cool sparkle. It's hard to see because the sun is coming in my window. It's getting really blown out, but you can kind of see it there. I don't know if you can see it back here, but it's got like this silver sparkle because it's like this chain ply construction. I'm gonna try and move there you go. See that? You can see it's, you can kind of see the chain construction of it, but the alpaca is what gives it that fuzz. It's very soft. And it knits up really nicely. I can see myself making like, and it comes in lots of colors, which is kind of cool too. But I could see myself, and it's funny because all of the colorway names are drink names, which is kind of cool. But I could see myself making like a tea, like even just like a tank to wear for a holiday like cocktail party. So I'm looking forward to seeing this in the shop and making something. It'll be really easy because it's kind of a bulky yarn, so you can use some big needles and just knit something up really quick. So that one I'm really excited about. And they also have another thing that I'm kind of excited about. This Merino 401. This is a 100% extra fine merino wool. Tons of colors of this, and Harps and Thistles will be stocking a number of colors. But the stitch definition of this yarn is fabulous. The feel of it is really, really nice. I would not have guessed that this is 100% wool because it's really soft. It's next to skin soft. It's not scratchy or itchy at all. It just feels really smooth, if that makes sense, but really, really nice, and tons of colors. So definitely look for this fall. I'm looking forward to grabbing some of those when they're available. And you know, it's interesting. I was at the shop the other night and some folks were talking about the Olympics. You know, everybody's been watching the Olympics. They're over now, but it was a really, really good Olympics. Lots of exciting things happening at the Olympics. And some of the folks at the circle were talking about how the Olympics are not supposed to be about politics. And they actually have rules about political statements at the Olympics. So if an athlete makes a political statement in some way, they can get disqualified. And in fact, there was a woman, I can't remember what sport she was participating in, but when she took off her jacket, she had on a cape that said free, something like Free Palestine, and she was disqualified. So they're pretty serious about their no politics stance, even though there have been moments in Olympic history when athletes have used their platform to draw attention to political issues, and we've had Olympic athletes who actually use the games as an opportunity to defect from their countries. And I don't know if some of you may be too young for this, but there's a pretty iconic photo of some athletes in the 60s who raised their fists in protest to, you know, what was happening in the States during the Civil Rights Movement. But anyway, so they were discussing that, you know, the Olympics isn't a place for politics. And we're saying that there was one of the basketball players had a Palestinian flag when they were getting their medals from the U.S. team, because the U.S. men's USA basketball team won the gold. And talking about how this one basketball player on the team had a Palestinian flag, and if that other athlete got disqualified, then he should be disqualified too. He shouldn't get a medal. And I got really curious about it. I hadn't heard anything about it, so when I got home, I Googled it to see what was happening. And it just demonstrated for me the importance of fact-checking. Because what had happened in actuality was that this particular player who's on the USA team is a player who is originally from Martinique, which is a French territory, but it's an island in the Caribbean. And the flag that he was holding during the medal ceremony was actually Martinique's flag. And one of the commentators during the medal ceremony mistakenly reported that he was actually holding a Palestinian flag. So the commentator didn't know the difference between the Palestinian flag and the Martinique flag. That commentator has since apologized for their mistake. But I think it's just a good illustration of why it's important to double check things that you hear on the news and on social media in particular. One thing that's really interesting about the internet is that everybody has access to it. Anybody can start a YouTube channel. It doesn't matter if they have a level of expertise or not. And too many of us don't know how to critically analyze the things that we see and hear. So just a reminder to check your sources of information so that you're not spreading false information, because people are pretty gullible. So yeah, just your reminder that that is important. The other thing I wanted to update you on is that I mentioned that I'm doing the Craft Yarn Council's Level 1 certification. I had my evaluation meeting today. I had a lovely conversation with a master teacher. And I don't want to say too much about it because the process is not done. But I have a couple of things that you have to send in a bunch of samples, and the master teacher asked me to redo a couple of my samples. So I'll be doing that. I'm going to try and get that done in the next couple of days while I have some time off. School starts next week, so my life is going to get really busy. But my goal is to try to highlight a couple of Black-owned businesses every couple of weeks during this Black History Make-Along. And I would like to have some get-togethers over on Discord. So make sure that you reach out and get that link to the Discord so that you can participate in those. So I will see you next time, and check out this talk that I had with Lisa at For Ewe in Oberlin, Ohio. And she has a very good website if you don't live near Oberlin and want to just order something via the web. See you next time. So, welcome everyone. We are here in Oberlin at For Ewe, and I have the pleasure of sitting down again with Lisa, who is the owner and proprietor of For Ewe, because she's in a new space that is really, really lovely, that I want to show to all of you. But I wanted to just spend a little time talking with Lisa. I love to do that.
Yes, I do too. Thanks for that.
So let's start by having you tell us what you're wearing.
I do not remember the name of this pattern, but I can tell you that this is a t-shirt made in Quince & Company Kestrel, which is a heavy worsted weight, 100% linen yarn. Oh my God, it's wonderful. Easy to knit on big needles, and it's very comfortable. It requires 3 colors, and we just happen to have a large selection of Kestrel right over there.
Awesome. Great.
And it's great in this humid weather. Really great in this humid weather.
Yeah. So the new space is really, really great, open and airy.
Yep.
Room for growth.
Yes, definitely.
How's the transition been for you from the old space to the new space?
Quick. It was a really quick transition. We closed in our old space, which was at 181 West College Street on June 30th. And then we opened in this space on July 12th. So it was a really, really quick turnaround. One of the things I love about the new space, first of all, the old space was very small. And we had most of what's in here in 450 square feet. And I had yarn floor to ceiling in a very, very small space. And now I don't have that issue. It's very spacious, very airy, very roomy. I have a beautiful, new to me, 14-foot table for social crafting, and I have it under a skylight for extra beautiful lighting. I love it. I love the fact that when people come in here, if I have someone who's in a wheelchair or using a walker, there's space to get around and they don't have to worry about knocking things over. So I'm more accessible, I'm more able to be inclusive, and it makes me so, so happy to be able to live out my mission even more.
Yeah, that's awesome. You really are in the center of activity here in Oberlin.
Oh yes, we are downtown.
Really great, yeah. Right across from campus, for those of you who might be looking for the shop. It's really easy to find, right on the main drag.
Yep, 29 West College Street.
Yes. So, is there anything new other than the space and the great table that you want folks to know about?
Okay, great question. Other than the space and the new table, I am starting to expand my yarns. I just got in 2 new bases from Dream in Color. One is Smooshy Cashmere, which is fingering weight and absolutely delicious. It's got 20% cashmere in it. That's all I need to say. It's a fingering weight yarn. It's beautiful. And its extra bulky weight counterpart, Savvy, which is a double hank of super bulky yarn. So it's $50, but you're getting twice as much as you would from a $25 hank. So it all evens out. The colors are spectacular. They're bright, they're bold, they're gorgeous. I've also just added some Jamisons of Shetland to my fingering weight. For color work, they're tiny 25-gram balls of Shetland wool, and you can just buy a bunch of them and do color work, and they're amazing and wonderful. And I'm really excited to have these new yarns. I'm expanding my Tosh wool and cotton. I'm currently looking to add some more independent yarn dyers to the mix. I don't want to say too much about that until I've finalized things, but an old favorite that I haven't had in the shop in a while will be in the shop soon, and I'm excited.
I'm excited about that.
I'm really excited. And I have all sorts of new people I'm looking at. The space is so big and it gives me so much possibility for growth. I just can't wait. It just feels like the sky's the limit right now.
Awesome. Do you have yarns from any dyers of color?
Oh yes, I definitely do. I still have some birch hollow fibers that I have here in the shop. I need to get more, so I'll be reaching out. Robin, if you're listening. I have Neighborhood Fiber Company in a couple of different bases, and now I can expand my selection of those. I have Kim Dyes Yarn, who's in Virginia, and okay. The Yarn Discovery Tour is going to be lit. Let me tell you what's happening. Right now we're in the middle of the Heartland Yarn Adventure, and I have a custom colorway by Destination Yarn, which I can get and show you. But also for the Yarn Discovery Tour, Kim Dyes Yarn is dyeing a custom colorway for me.
That's awesome.
But wait, it is based on the character of Lady Danbury from Bridgerton.
Oh, really?
Because she's my girl.
People are gonna love that.
She's my girl. I love her, and this colorway will blow your mind. Awesome. And it's on a luxury base because I decided to go fully upscale with this.
Oh, great.
There's going to be silk. Those of us with black hair,
Yeah,
You can
great
make
for
hats.
Yeah.
You can make hats.
Yeah.
There's 45% silver.
Oh, wow.
Hello.
Okay,
When
I'll
I
be
said
back for
luxury,
that.
I ain't playing.
I'll be back for that.
And I have 2 great free patterns that will be coming in September for the Yarn Discovery Tour. And I'm really excited to see them made up in this custom colorway. So y'all
Very nice.
I'm so excited.
That is going to be fantastic.
It kind of will.
Yeah. So the Yarn Discovery Tour starts...
It starts September 3rd and it goes through September 22nd.
All right, so if you're in the area, well, even if you're not,
Close to the area.
It's a good reason to come to Northeast Ohio and experience local yarn shops.
And I believe we have 17 shops on the tour this year, 3 new shops. I'm really excited. Yes, it's going to be really, really great.
Yeah. So you want to do that because every shop is going to have a colorway that's exclusive to the yarn tour. So
either a colorway or something that's really special, maybe a stitch. You never know. We all come up with like some of the greatest stuff for these things, and I'm really excited to see what my fellow shop folks are going to do. But I'm really excited about this.
Yeah. I'm going to have this up this month. Because August is Black Business Month.
Excellent.
We're really working to promote Black businesses. I mean, that's what I always do.
Yes.
But it's especially important in August because it is Black Business Month.
And it can be a slow month for yarn shops, especially.
You are right about that. I think things tend to slow down in the summer for yarn shops anyway. So if you have been wanting to support a Black business, August is a really good time to do that, particularly for yarn shops and yarn dyers. So definitely take advantage of that. One thing that I talk to my subscribers a lot about is really the difficulty that Black business owners have in general, but Black yarn and yarn adjacent businesses in particular, I think, have a difficult time getting their name out there, getting financial support. I mean, the fact that I think right now there's fewer than 10 Black-owned yarn shops in the U.S.
That's scary.
From what I've been able to determine from my own research, it's crazy.
It's a small but special collection of us, and it's always sad to hear that there's so few because there's such a great need. And I'm not saying there's a great need just to serve the Black community. Of course, that's incredibly important, but we don't just serve the Black community, we serve everybody. And we tend to be more welcoming and inclusive than some other businesses. It doesn't mean there aren't other welcoming businesses. I don't want to say that.
Right.
But we offer something special.
Yeah.
We offer a community-first model of how business can be done. And I think that's incredibly important especially the way things are in our country today. And I won't go down that rabbit hole. But I also think that we don't always know what's available to us to help us. So a couple of things I definitely want to say. If you are interested in opening a Black-owned local yarn shop or any other kind of yarn-adjacent business, check out your local small business development center. That's incredibly important. Most of them have classes that are free. Some of them can be taken online. You don't have to go into a facility to have them. And also, several banks have loans specifically to hold up women-owned businesses by people of color or veterans. I am currently working with my local bank, which is Huntington, which had a program to help business owners like me.
Oh, that's awesome.
And there are resources out there. There really are. And if more of us would talk about how we do this, I think it's going to help others either get started or be able to maintain their business. It's important to me that I'm not just doing this for me. I want to help other people too. I've already talked to a few people who saw what I was able to do in 2 years and say, how did you do that? I'm more than happy to talk to people about that because I want them to thrive and survive too.
Yeah. I think that's so important. Knowing the path to get to where you've gotten is really important. So paying it forward in that way, I think, is something that, I applaud you for that, because there are some business owners that are like, I'm not gonna tell you nothing because I don't want competition. I don't want to give away my secrets, whatever it is.
There's no secret.
Yeah.
There's no secret. We need each other. Mm-hmm. We need to support each other. We need to be sisters and brothers to each other and bring each other up in this business. It's a lot of hard work. I'm not saying there's no special sauce. There is no secret recipe. I'm out here hustling. Mm-hmm. And we all got to be out here hustling to get this done. But if I can show you the right place to go for that hustle, then that doesn't hurt me. That doesn't hurt me. That builds me up. That makes me feel good that I'm helping to build that community. A rising tide lifts all boats.
Amen. That is true. What I love about Lisa's shop, and really other Black-owned local yard shops, is the sense of community. And you talked a little bit about that, creating a space where everybody feels like they belong. Mm-hmm. And I can honestly say, having been here a couple of times, that this is a place of beloved community. So if you're looking for that space, definitely check out For Ewe in Oberlin.
Thank you.
Is there anything else you want to let our subscribers know?
I don't know. I got a little choked up when you said beloved community. What I would like to say is that this was always envisioned as a place for, the least, the lost, the looked past, the looked over. Yeah. I don't. Who you love is not a criteria. How you identify is not a criteria. The color of your skin is not a criteria for me. I want you to come here, feel loved and accepted, and be treated with respect and dignity. Those are the things that make me happy. I want to welcome people here like I welcome you into my home. And I want you to enjoy the space, enjoy what I have to offer, and, enjoy each other. It's important.
Amen. So, check out For Ewe here in Oberlin. You will definitely experience beloved community here. So,
thank you.